OG, Ice-T, original gangster. Now, when I seen you earlier, I thought you was throwing up gang signs at me, but I found out it was just your arthritis.
You know that Ice-T's infamous song about doing something to the cops came out the same year as Snoop Dogg's now famous song about doing something to the cops? Ice-T's song nearly cost him his career. Snoop Dogg's song set him up as a legend in the making.
You know, big boy, I never really had a problem so much with the cops as people think, you know, even though I did cop killing and stuff like that, because we were real live criminals.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
We didn't hate the police. The police were the opponent.
Hollywood loves building you up, but it lives for the day it can tear you right back down. Back in the 90s, Ice-T wasn't just another rapper. He was the blueprint.
I don't really down in LA. Like, I survived LA, but I don't go back and hang out. Like, you go back to the block now.
From gangster rap legend to big screen star, then flipping it again to become the face of one of TV's most iconic crime dramas, the man proved hip-hop could own Hollywood. But somewhere along the way, the spotlight shifted. And now Snoop Dogg is spilling something that Tinseltown definitely doesn't want out there. A truth that might just explain why Ice-T suddenly faded from the movie game.
When you're in the industry of Hollywood, they offer you other things. Things that are addictive, things that could kill you, things that could harm you, things that could jeopardize your future. And I maintained because I had certain family members that did other things. And I sold other things. So I knew the effects of it. So I said, one thing about me, I'm gonna stand tall on what I believe in.
These days, when people hear Ice-T, they think of Detective Fintu Tuola on Law & Order SVU, a role he's locked down for more than 20 years. That's steady bread, a loyal audience, and a legacy role most actors could only dream of.
I pull the trigger long.
Rap artist Ice-T is in hot water with police officers across the country. In his song, Cop Killer, Ice-T raps about a desire to murder police officers.
I got my perfect start off. I got my headlights turned off. I'm out to bust them shots off. I'm out to dust them cats off. I'm a cop killer. That ain't using me.
The New York State Sheriff's Association is outraged and has called for police across the nation to boycott all Time Warner products and demanded that Time Warner pull the song from store shelves.
That has nothing to do with freedom of expression. It has everything to do with incredible corporate greed, with incredible social irresponsibility.
Some New York City transit cops told me they feel victimized by the song.
I think it's just going to incite more violence. Once you say, cop killer or cop brutality, these people are going to turn around and start doing something like that.
I think it's just going to cause more riots and hatred against police officers. I think it's a silly verse. I really think they should do something more educational instead of about killing, because we have enough of that out here as it is already.
But what a lot of folks forget is that before SVU, Ice-T was climbing fast in Hollywood films. From shutting it down in New Jack City to scene stealing in cult gems like Trespass and Ricochet, he was one of the first rappers Hollywood truly embraced. Then, almost without warning, the big screen love started drying up. The movie offers slowed, the appearances got scarce, and Ice-T's focus seemed to drift elsewhere. On paper, it looked like a smooth career shift, but according to Snoop, that's just the surface story.
Body Count album, the enemies are racist parents, and brutal police. And if those are my enemies, then so be it. Did anybody else? And it's not done maliciously in any attempt to make anybody go out and commit a crime. Really, with the song Cop Killer, I'm saying is that they are so brutal, they are putting people to the point that people might want to go do that. And this particular guy in this character does. That's rapping in the first person. That's called a poetic license. And obviously, these ignorant pigs don't know nothing about music.
Over the years, Snoop's dropped some cryptic warnings about the Hollywood game. Snoop's been saying it for years. Hollywood is a rigged table. You either play by their rules or you get shuffled right off the board. There's a select few pulling the strings, deciding who shines and who fades, and the game is built on fake love. All smiles when you're hot, but the moment you don't fit their storyline, they'll drop you like last season's trend.
Young actor, so to speak, and I just was being Snoop Dogg and everything. Every time I call for a cameo, oh, I'm in. And these was garbage movies and I don't even want to name. Look, it's gonna be worth it. I told you, this is Humboldt County. Cube called me to his house one day and was like, I need to start saying no. I'm like, what you mean? Like, say no to some of that if it ain't the say no. They just using your name to make they look good, but you gonna look bad at the end of the day. But sometimes it's the no's that get you the yeses.
Now sure, some folks side-eye Snoop, claiming he's too cozy with the same machine he warns us about, but Ice-T, he was never built for playing nice. His music came straight for the system's throat. raw, bold, and unfiltered. The man's honesty alone made headlines, and the infamous early 90s cop killer controversy put a giant target on his back. Fans hated him, police unions wanted him gone, and conservative media had him in their crosshairs.
When a meets a girl, he puts her into a coat and some bathing suit and some pumps, makes her look good. When a label meets an artist, they give them a budget. They choose them and they say, I think you can make me money. I choose, I say, I think you can make me some money. You seem to want to. The average artist walks into a record label who is a pimp and says, please pimp me, put me out there. I need to be out. What's the first thing an artist says when they come? Put me out there. So you say you want to go on the track. So what I do is I'll give you money. I'll make you look good. Now you get out there and you sell me some records. When the is on the street and she see her pimp roll up, she walk a little harder, move her ass a little harder, and she breaks herself. But when you an artist and the label management walks in and you on the stage, you dancing harder. You trying to get it off. You trying to show your pimp you a good hoe.
Hollywood was already nervous about rappers, so Ice-T's refusal to bow down could have branded him a permanent outsider. Which begs the real question. Did Ice-T choose to walk away, or did the doors quietly close on him?
I have been emailing my new BFF, Snoop Dogg. He's always such a fantastic performer and a wonderful artist.
When the kids give you attitude, pop them like it's hard.
The schnizzle.
I love you, thank you, and I appreciate you.
Let's talk reason number 1, political pressure. In 1992, Ice-T dropped Cop Killer with his heavy metal band Body Count. It was angry, unapologetic, and straight up dangerous to the status quo. The backlash? Instant. Boycotts from police unions, condemnation from both parties in Washington, and even the president chiming in like he was a music critic.
Donald say he wants to run for president and move on into the White House. Why not? It wouldn't be the first time you pushed a black family out of their home.
This wasn't just some hip-hop dust-up. Cop Killer turned into a full-blown national firestorm. Ice-T didn't backpedal either. He stood 10 toes down, saying the only people mad about his track were racists and dirty cops who didn't like being called out. That kind of defiance made him a hero in the rap world. But to Hollywood execs, he was looking more like a walking PR risk.
Performed at the Crypto Ball as part of inauguration weekend for Donald J. Trump. Someone snapped a pic and put it on Twitter as well. Rick Ross also performed.
My mother
Say, Rose, man, you playing to win tonight, man. You sharp as mosquitoes needle. What's going down? That's that crypto, see? They let a real crip up in the crypto ball. Ooh. Bang, bang.
Snoop didn't post anything about the event on Twitter. On Instagram, he loves Instagram. He just posted 15 times today. 15 times today. Nothing about the event last night.
Then came the other problem, typecasting. From New Jack City to Trespass, Ice-T's early film roles fed right into his gangster rap persona. Criminals, hustlers, rule-bending cops. At first, that street authenticity gave him an edge, but as time passed, the offers slowed. Hollywood's memory is short, and once they put you in a box, they rarely let you climb out. Even Snoop said it. Once they see you as a street character, you gotta play along and let them control your image, or you'll watch those offers dry up real quick. And here's the thing, in Hollywood, it ain't just about who's talented, it's about who's connected, who's shaking the right hands, and who's willing to play the role off camera too. Ice-T? He was never that industry insider. He didn't come from their circles, didn't hit up the same champagne parties, and he's openly admitted he doesn't do the fake friend routine. And in a business built on handshakes and whispers, that's how you end up on the outside. When you start connecting the dots, yeah, there's a clear pattern here. But this is where it gets messy. Snoop Dogg loves to play the role of the wise OG, dropping gems, warning young artists about Hollywood's traps. But not everybody's buying the sermon. A lot of fans are side-eyeing him, saying Snoop's mastered the Hollywood hustle better than almost anyone. The endorsements, the commercials, the primetime cameos, from cooking shows with Martha Stewart to popping up in family flicks. He's built an empire by saying yes to stuff most hardcore rappers used to call straight-up selling out. Scroll through social media, and you'll see plenty calling him the last person to preach about staying uncompromised. And then there's the elephant in the room. Snoop taking money to perform at a Trump event after publicly dragging Trump for years. That's wild considering the history. Back in 2011, Snoop was one of Trump's loudest haters. At Comedy Central's roast of Donald Trump, he went in so hard he outshined the actual comedians on stage. By 2015, when Trump jumped into the presidential race, Snoop practically declared war, clowning him non-stop and telling his fans to ride with Hillary. And when Trump shocked the world and won, Snoop hopped on IG, posting a screenshot of a text from someone saying, "Amazing! The zombies of the US really came up and made it happen." President Trump never held a single government job in his life, and yet here he was running the whole country. Snoop's reaction? Only in America. And he didn't stop there. He even joked about packing his bags and heading to Canada. He posted a pic of Drake's hometown, Toronto, with the caption, "My new home. Drake, I need the hookup on some property, nephew. F this ish, I'm going to the 6th. But that was just the opening shot. Snoop then threw down a warning, saying he'd roast any black artist who dared to perform at Trump's inauguration. Then, in March 2017, he turned the heat all the way up with the music video for Lavender, where he aimed a toy gun at a clown dressed as Trump. The reaction? Explosive. Trump supporters went off, and Trump himself jumped on social media, blasting Snoop and even hinting he should be locked up. Trump tweeted, "Can you imagine the outcry if Snoop Dogg, failing career and all, had aimed and fired the gun at President Obama? Jail time!" Snoop didn't fold. In a Billboard interview, he swore he wasn't chasing controversy, just keeping it real. He said there was a lot of clownish behavior in America, so it only made sense to show that in the video. Fast forward to today, and the same Snoop who roasted Trump at every turn is suddenly showing him love, even saying Trump's done great things for him. In an interview with the Sunday Times, Snoop stunned fans by flipping his whole script on Trump, saying, "Donald Trump, he ain't done nothing wrong to me. He's done only great things for me. I have nothing but love for Donald Trump." And he didn't just stop at words. Back in January, he actually performed at the inaugural Crypto Ball, an event tied to celebrating Trump's inauguration. And remember, this is the same Snoop who once called other rappers Uncle Toms for supporting Trump. Now he's cashing checks at Trump events. So yeah, it's official. Snoop's in the Trump supporter column. Meanwhile, he's still out here lecturing Ice-T about what deals to turn down. Ice-T, though, whole different energy. When it comes to Trump, Ice stood firm. He made it crystal clear he'd never back someone with a rap sheet like that, saying, "He's got more felonies than all my criminal friends put together and doesn't even have an ankle bracelet on. It just shows how this country is operated and run." Two rappers, two totally different playbooks for surviving Hollywood's maze. Snoop leaned all the way into the spotlight. Music, TV, commercials, cooking shows, even checks from Trump. Meanwhile, Ice-T made his choice. He walked away from certain rooms, swerved around the Hollywood politics, and built a career he could run on his terms, even if it meant losing some of that big screen glow. Two OGs, same industry, same machines, but totally different plays. One stayed in the game by bending with it. The other stepped back before the game could bend him. So tell me, how do you feel about Snoop telling Ice-T he should have turned down certain roles? And what do you think really caused Ice-T's Hollywood run to cool off? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you in the next video.